So we'll keep moving. Here we have different rules for science, right? Two positives, say it's positive is two negative, or positive. And last time we had rules, addition, subtraction. Now it's multiplication, division. Let's write them all down. Excuse me. If then you have a paper. A and B. Real numbers. Yeah. Up into your books, sir.
So maybe we have.
In my office or philosophy?
I have a question.
What's that?
How was class canceled yesterday?
Today?
Or no, not yesterday, but like last week, sorry.
That was. It was Thursday. Forgot. Oh, no. For sure. The product.
Yeah, I missed this guy right here.
What? Wednesday. Oh, two.
Wednesday we come to the school? We did? What?
Positive numbers.
Oh, yeah. Did you say something smart?
No, I think it was a dentist appointment. Yeah, I had a lot of appointments around this time. They gave me this class last minute. So I had made these appointments like months ago. So I have another one Monday, so I had to figure that out. Keep you posted. Anyway, that's inconveniences. All right, to two positive numbers. It is positive. It's included what I'm saying. But I told you, 8 times B is gonna be positive AB. If they're both positive, obviously, they stay that way, right? Number 2. The product. Two negative numbers. Is positive. Negative A times negative B is equal to positive AB. Of course, we never write the plus, it's just for emphasis, we're writing definitions, rules. They're both negative if one of them is different. Easiest way to think about it. If they're both not positive or both not negative, one of them switches, gonna be negative. Right? Number 3. The product. With positive and a negative number is
Nice.
I'm being indecisive there. Is negative. So basically, if it's A times negative B, you will get negative AB. 4 is just the opposite, but we'll write it anyway. Product. I think this is sufficient. They didn't write it actually. They just wrote the zero idea. Product of it. And any number. Gonna be zero, right? And that's something we should know. Zero times a. Zero. A times zero is zero. And negative a times zero. Etc. Okay. Talk about division. Look for division. A and B are positive real numbers. Where B is not equal to zero. That's a requirement. B is not zero. Number one. The quotient of two positive numbers. Actually, that's the next one. My bad. Yeah.
Wait, are you gonna do like?
I skipped one.
Yeah, he's gonna do it.
There it is. A over equal to X means that B times X is equal to A. So A over zero is undefined. But zero. Should have phrased that. Yeah. If zero's on top, it's just gonna be zero. Okay. This one's fine. Zero's on top. Don't worry about it. But the bottom is a problem. Okay, so don't mix them up.
But like, if we do get a question for that, what do we put? Just undefined?
Yeah, I just say undefined. Can't do it. I'll turn the page in a second. More rules and then we move on. Examples. That's cool on that page.
Yeah.
You have the actual printout, so. If A and B are real numbers. and B is not 0. Number 1. The quotient of two positive numbers is positive.
The quotient.
Quotient?
Answer to. The answer to division problem.
The answer to A divided by something, or dividing those two things, you get a quotient. Like a product is A times B. Maybe. A divided by B would be positive A over B. Quotient of two negative numbers is positive. So if you have negative A divided by negative B, negatives cancel, giving you a positive A over B. Okay. Think of a positive and a negative is negative. So negative on top. Or. Well, negative A divided by B is negative A over B. So basically the entire quantity becomes negative. Or A divided by negative B is equal to negative A over B. That makes sense. You can put the sign technically on the top, and bottom, and in the front. It's all the same. But if it's on both, positive. The average, also called mean, of a set of numbers is the value found by doing what? What do we found? We don't know this one. Or you guys remember to find averages? No? Like last week? Life in general? Like averages? Yeah. Yeah, how do you find it?
Oh, usually I do divide about however many times I think, because if I'm there, I do
Done it many times, right?
3,000 divided by 10, and that'll give me an average.
Any numbers in the set? And dividing
Don't you?
that sum by the number of numbers in the set.
And it's by dividing, is that an N or a D? Is that and? I don't say and.
Of adding the number in the set and dividing. And. What's the? What's that from? I think.
Zone.
Know what we're doing right now?
Yeah. Okay. So the first question says, at noon on 5 consecutive days in Aspen, Colorado. Are these temperatures? Find the average. Does it matter that some are negative? The rule just said add them up, right? So we have a set of temperatures, add all the elements. Divide by the total number of temperatures. The sum. How many total temperatures?
Oh wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
5 divided by half or negative.
Whatever the heck that is. Divided by 5. I know. You're allowed to use your calculator, but. Add them without it, and then check yourself. We have to learn how to deal with the signs.
Wait, is it a negative though?
Is it negative?
Yeah.
No.
I'm negative?
What was the rule? -5 + 7?
Positive 2.
2 piece by piece. Just in case you're still uncomfortable. No, for that top one. Maybe not. It's gonna be what? 10 + 14?
Positive 8. Positive.
All right. We don't need that long bar. 8 + 7. Yeah. 3 degrees Fahrenheit. The average temperature will be 3 degrees Fahrenheit. Yeah. Do you still remember your rules for adding the positive and negative? Okay. I don't mind you checking your work, but make sure you learn how to do it. Okay. Eventually, you're not gonna have numbers. You're gonna wish you knew how to do this. All right. Wait, yes, I think put that 2 for. Where? The soup? Yeah. -5 + 7.
Oh, okay. So you just cutting it in pieces.
2 right there. Yeah.
I think a negative force away. It's force away.
What's up?
So what?
Where did it lose you?
I just added all together and then not made it equal.
Okay, so just like.
You get that.
So try this guy. And you see what you get.
Do it on this paper.
Yeah. Or underneath. Where we can. Try to get there.
And then you add all the.
You guys get 4? Noble? Any issues?
Negative.
Negative? Positive. You add them all up and then divide by 5.
Is it always gonna be like 5?
However many elements you give us.
Okay.
5 temperature measurement. If you have a data set of 20 different measurements, then you divide by.
So.
Move on. Any issues with this? All right. Everybody get full? Yeah, let me know if you didn't.
So -7 divided by 20.
Right, 3.4, number 1.
-7 from the negative.
Negative number is divided by.
20 and then divided by.
Will that result in a negative number? Two. 0 and the number is 0.
20 divided by.
numbers have the same sign, product and the quotient, but the two numbers will be negative.
Keep forgetting about the four. So it's four.
Number four, the mean of a set of numbers is always positive.
Yeah, it's four.
The average always positive.
Can't be.
No. It's a big statement, right? It said always positive. If you had nothing with negative measurements, it would be negative, right? Those 5 days below zero. Negative. The always statements are the easiest ones to disprove, right? Like when you're arguing with your girlfriend, they say, "Oh, you never do this." You do it once, she's wrong, right? But using logic with your significant other, it can cause problems. That's probably not the point. Being right is not the point. You know what I'm talking about. Next one. Multiply and reduce the lowest terms if we have fractions. The first one positive.
Yeah.
What is 12 times 4? Switch back. Yeah, no, close. Yeah, 12 times 5 is 6.
Oh, it's 40. What do you mean?
So yeah. 48. You were close. You had an extra 12. It was fraction. I like multiplying numbers to help me out. 12 times 4, should we said they're both positive, so it should stay positive. What about this guy? You see the 0 and the product. The whole thing will be zero.
It's undefined. Should we just put undefined just like it? Or-
If the zero's on top, we're good. So I think if I had, I don't know, let's say 100 numbers in front of the 0, it doesn't matter. It's still gonna be 0.
Okay.
These are all products. This times this is some number. That number times 0 will be 0. Right? It doesn't matter what that number is. So. Both. Negative. What will it be, positive or negative? Yeah, and you can technically, these are powers, whenever you see powers of 10 or 0, you can actually just pass them out. There will be a positive 2 over 1, which is 2. We already knew that, right? This is what? Any questions so far? Ben? All right. How about this one? -5 times 6, and then divided by 7. Will be negative on top or bottom? We have -5 times 6.
The whole thing's negative.
So that one stays, that top part is negative. Can we divide by 7? Does it go evenly? That's it, it's reduced.
Look at the decimal for a second.
Is it a decimal? You're right. Reduce the fraction to the lowest term. Yeah, apparently. Yeah, it is. The dot's a little low.
Okay.
I misunderstood. Made up our own question. Negative 5.6 divided by 7.
It's like 7, bro. Was that 2? Because I did it different way than you just like doing your.
Negative 6. I think it's an easy way to explain.
6, 7, 7.
I think this makes sense.
I got 20 and then plus by 5.
Seven goes into 56. How many times? 8. 8 times 7.
So
Rude.
I haven't seen that since like
Great.
yeah, for real, elementary.
Cents. I like that at all. You line up the decimal point. So that's it. There's no more. No more numbers left.
Cause you're subtracting, right? About 26,
Yeah.
So you're stellar credit.
We're doing 0.8 times 7. This. I don't really like the long division stuff.
3 quick parts of
Or decimals.
But that's what you can do, so isn't that like -8?
I have an Apple credit card.
Yeah, that'll be negative.
Next credit card. I have a gold Amex card.
The answer is
And then I have the Capital One card.
I was trying to find an easier way. The way that I would like, I don't think you would like. I'm just leave it alone.
I have this card.
Number 9. Let's see here.
But my mom has it. She took it over from
What is the meaning?
yeah, my class ring with that credit card. She took it away.
The average. I've never seen the mean. Same thing as what is the average? More like official term, I guess. Statistics.
So they probably know what that is.
Nice.
Oh, Thomas Edison. It could be worse. It could have been. It could have been. Linear. The words. You know what's a highlight? Yeah, I know, right? Dude, I'm just going down the map list.
What do we got?
Hmm.
Divided by 6. On top. The ones that are negative in parentheses, just because
What's the definition of mean?
average.
Oh,
Just a fancy way to say average. Statistics.
you forgot to put 10 in.
Oh, yeah. Remain consistent.
Yes, sir. They're just throwing me off because, like, you know, OCG just kicked in right. They're like, how you just gonna forget about that one number?
That's fine. It's all good. I think I wrote the same number twice. Yeah, 15, 16, 17, 34. You only get on top. Think of 72. Divided by 6. If they're both not negative, it stays negative. Right? So if you think about it, the rules for multiplication and division are the same, just as long as one of them is different, the result will be negative. If you're both plus or both negative, then it will become positive. Same thing for times and division. All right. Move on to 11. You zoom in. So we multiply an odd number or a negative number together.
Somewhere wrong.
You either try to be positive or negative.
Oh, yeah.
The numbers, and then I added up.
Odd number, negative numbers together. Okay.
Yeah.
Sometimes the hardest part is figuring out what the heck they're asking. Like half the battle.
By 6, right?
What are you saying? Are we multiplying numbers that are odd, or are we multiplying an odd number of objects? Yeah, so
I might get 72.
11 on your workbook.
You can get 72.
Let's pick a random number. Let's use the number 1 because it's easy. Right?
Where do you get 70?
It's odd. You agree that this is an odd number of ones? Since it is odd,
Not at all. You have the last two.
will it be negative?
That's 76.
It says if you multiply an odd number of negative numbers together, so here's an odd number. The simplified will be positive or negative. Why do you think it will be negative? Yeah, it's like these go back to positive, but then this sends it back to negative. This would be 1. Negative. Right?
And then you divide it by 6.
The reason would be if I have an odd number of negative signs, it would stay negative. You have an
I
even,
must have went somewhere wrong whenever we.
it would have positive, right? Yeah, if I had one more, it would be positive.
Oh, okay. Literally.
At first, when I read this, I had to read it 3 times to understand what they're saying. First time, I wasn't sure.
Should be.
Yeah. But I guess whenever I try to. I don't know, I think I messed up on this. I'm trying to subtract because it was giving me 100. I guess I know the type of numbers, right?
Try out the next 7 problems. The addition exercises. And then we'll start the next section once you're done. If you have no questions. Okay.
We're taking a small break.
Yeah. Now's a good time to take a break. While we work. Number two.
Yeah, the prior one for, for the extra, it's a brown thing.
So it's. So we got point A, right? The eight isn't it?
You wanna say?
Let's see what you get. I don't think it'll be repeating, so. You'll be fine.
With the one.
By myself.
Is that a decimal? Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
on
In the front,
Number three.
what is that?
in front of the three.
There's nothing in front of you.
No, in front of the 34.
Oh, this one. Yeah, 38.4. Oh, this? The minus. You got you. Number three, it's a negative or positive.
Positive.
Yeah, positive.
Negative.
Then if they're odd number,
Mhm.
they have an odd number of negative signs,
Just negative.
though they're odd. The answer will be negative.
Oh,
Negative.
Yeah.
Or deepen.
Actually,
You guys get? You multiply fractions. I actually multiply it out. And then try to reduce. Do you agree that 4 is 2 times 2, and that 7 is still there? 9 is 3 times 3. 24 is what?
12 times 12. Oh, no.
2. Right? What else though?
8 times, no, it has to be double, right?
You can choose any number that goes in. 8 works. 12
times
works. Yeah, those are all good. But the 8 is a bunch of 2s, right? So these 2s.
So what? It
Cross
is.
that out. Break down the 3s didn't really help me at all. Oh well.
Will the answer be -7 over 50? 7.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, no.
We got that too, didn't it?
No, I guess I'm not that smart.
3 times 3 times 3 times 2. Got about it. Right. What happens?
Exactly to like number 18, so 18 or November, no.
If you divide, you flip the second one. You multiply across, right? We're dividing by this fraction. It changes to a multiplication problem.
Oh,
Here. So now just put them next to each other and see if we can reduce anything. Can you? Nothing but 3s in the bottom. There's no 3s up top. 3 doesn't go into 5. I'm going to 10. If we break them all the way down, we're gonna see if there is no common factor. But if you didn't see that, this will prove it to you. Right? I can't do anything.
give it to.
So just multiply it. In this case, breaking it down did not help us. So 5 times 10. 2. 3 times 3.
Oh, might pick that one up.
The homework will probably want the negative sign in front. So just in case. It's not wrong. If you have a negative sign up top or on the bottom or in the front, those are all equal. Okay, I just don't know what they want. This is the safest choice. Looks like they might even accept all 3. I don't know. Try it out. Do you have any issues or questions about 8.4? That's cool. No. Eight point five.
No, because the thing didn't work.
Order of operation with real.
We have. No, it's because that's that method didn't work. Hey, sir, what did you say about, like if a minus and a minus is a positive, right?
You're multiplying.
When you're multiplying.
Or dividing.
And then we got the like the three negative numbers. How come it was a negative?
Because if you have negative times negative, one of them equals positive,
Mhm.
but then you have one more negative. Oh, it sends it back. So whenever you have an odd number, it will be negative. If you have an even, then it'll just cancel out, getting you back to the positive.
Alright.
That will always be true. So let's talk about here and telling them ducks. So the P, number one. Order of operation. Blankets, raisins, etc. Simplify the first thing that you do. Within grouping symbols. Such as. E in there, my bad. And draw them out, so parentheses. Brackets. And braces. Working from. The innermost. Thing. Outward. Basically. Yeah, many parentheses and brackets, braces or whatever. Like, within each other. Go to the innermost and work your way out. Okay, that's it. That's what this is saying. So that is P, first thing you do. Number two. E.
What is the, it says from the inner what?
Innermost, and let me write that better for you. Innermost grouping. Outward. Go all the way to the center, innermost, work your way out. Okay, that's a rule. Number two. The next order of priority is find any powers indicated by exponents. MD, so please excuse my dear Aunt Sally, right? Here. M and D technically have the same level of priority, just go left to right. The multiplication division. Is the third category.
Yes, like it.
Moving from. Left to right. Form any. Any multiplications. Or divisions. In the order that they appear. Okay, so it's left to right. So the first thing you should see is your parentheses or braces, so you can put it first, if they exist. Work on that. Next thing you should focus on is powers. Once those are taken care of, left to right, you look for multiplication and division. Okay, they have the same level, just whatever comes up first. And Sally, what's this? What's up?
Is that other one by Brace?
Braces, little squiggly. Braces. One on the keyboard. Any of those will be the same. They mean the same thing. We use different types just so we don't get confused. If I keep putting parentheses over and over again, like on a calculator, it's hard to see like which one is which. Or what is closed off, what isn't. Okay, number 4. Same rule. Moving from left to right. Perform. The addition. Or subtraction. In order they appear. Or in the order. So this is the rules you gotta abide by. For the order of operations, okay? It's the same rules that are programmed into your calculator. And when you do coding, same thing, these are the rules that are in the background, all right? Number 1. The left to right. We see a set of parentheses right away, right? So we should deal with that inside and then work it out. Sometimes you can do things a little differently outside these rules and it still works out, but if you're not comfortable, don't take that chance. Just remember the rule. You'll be fine. Yes, your calculator can solve this for you. The point of this class is to get the basics down again. Because eventually you're gonna be doing algebraic terms. So try to do it by hand. You always check your work after. The process is what's important. So. He says, number 1 says, deal with that step inside. What is 2 minus 5? Positive or negative?
Negative.
Okay. Now again, left to right, what is the next thing in priority list?
Exponent.
Yeah, but number 2 says. By any powers indicated by exponents. So as soon as I start looking left to right, I see an exponent. I should deal with this first. What is -3 squared?
Positive.
Yeah, it's gonna be positive, right? Because it's negative times negative. An even number. So I'm doing piece by piece, even though I know that's tedious. Just to refresh ourselves for the rule. With year-end Sally rules.
Because we did the exponent, it's okay to drop the parentheses.
Yeah, you could still put it, but it doesn't do anything. You can put it whenever you want. As long as it doesn't change anything. But here, yeah, you don't have to. This was telling us that the powers apply to everything inside. Now I've done so. What is the next thing on my priority list?
The
I mean, the next, power.
Yeah, exactly, right? We deal with
are
that.
those considered brackets?
This is absolute value.
Oh, yeah, but like,
To answer your question, no.
Wait, how did we get 25?
that's the.
Where,
So exponent.
5 squared,
for that, say 5, what is it?
so what is that, 5 times?
Yeah, that's a very good question. Let's address it now.
I don't know how to do squares.
So,
If you see. -2 squared. That's a -2 times a -2. Okay. You see -2 squared,
Now,
not the same thing. So they're saying what they should write is a -2 squared. So you square it and then apply the minus. You see the difference? So when they write it this way, I feel like it's like a shorthand. They stay in the book. Printing thousands of books. But for us, it doesn't really save anything. I think it should just always be written this way. That's just me. If you see this anywhere, this is what they mean. Okay, you're not squaring the power, you're squaring it. That makes sense. So I'm not squaring the power. Oh, sorry, the sign. Power is only on the 5. 5 squared is 25. That minus is still waiting for me. Over here, I squared the sign. Positive. There's a difference. That clear to everybody. Yeah, what is 2 minus 25? Is that the next thing in the party though? Yeah, technically it wouldn't matter, but the rules say we should do this. It would have been fine though. Let's stick with the rules. 2 times 2 times 2 is 8. Right? That's the value. The -23, right? What is the absolute value of -23?
23.
All right. I'm just left to right, add them up. We're done. There's no priority 3 at this point. MD. Look your answer. You four, right? Have any issues with the order of party that we took? Okay.
Oh, that's one.
Good. We could have done a couple steps at a time when you're comfortable. One extra step, just. I could have done right here. Well, if you power, right, or all three powers. And jump to. Jump to here. You know, I prefer you follow the official. What does that mean? Well, you skip a couple of steps, it's okay, but if you violate this, then you have problems. As long as your math is legit, full steps. Can't argue facts, right? Yeah, any other questions on this first example? Answer is 10, but it doesn't matter. What matters, how do we get there? You guys do first. I don't know on the first step. 4 minus 3. There, I took care of the parentheses. This was. Parentheses. What would be the next thing you would? Let's go ahead and do all the exercises. Okay. So four.
Positive.
And it stays, right? One cubed. Already hear what we did. Excellent. So what you guys got? Is that okay?
What's the answer?
Answer?
Just kidding. Still doing it. Trying to do it another way.
Take your time. Did multiple steps here. That's weird, let me know.
That a bracket? The,
Your absolute value.
no, by the 16, is that the one? No. By the one, means one. That,
Yeah, this is absolute value right here. This is the number one. Where your confusion's coming from?
yeah, I was so confused. No, I wasn't one.
I see. I'm sorry, man.
You guys are 10.
Answer is 10. I'm in a 16. 7.
-7.
Positive.
Oh,
Wait, so how come?
I forgot, it's because it's an absolute value.
No, yeah, but like, 3 and the 1, the -3. With the exponent.
This one?
Yeah,
What does it do? Right, it just means 1 times 1 times 1. Still 1, right? One cubed.
okay.
Yeah, if you put any power on the 1, it's still gonna be 1. Any issues with that example? Were you able to decide? The order of operations? Yeah. Maybe. Every time that clock keeps tricking me, I'm like, damn, it's already. Number one. There are no grouping symbols. Multiplication should always be performed before addition. Said group. Yeah. Number two, when following the rules for order of operations. Powers indicated by exponents should be evaluated last.
What are they really asking?
Following the rules for orders of operations. Powers indicated by the exponent should be evaluated last. But the big is saying that we should do the powers at the end, which is not true, right?
Yeah, that's fine.
Number three. Yeah, because the addition and subtraction, the final operations. Number three. The square root symbol is a grouping symbol. Yeah, so. There's something inside the square root, we can treat it as like. I mean, by grouping. That would be grouping. So it was a square root of one.
So number one is true.
Number one is true. Number three is true. Okay, so it is considered to be a grouping symbol. Number four, well-known mnemonic device for remembering rules of operations.
Right?
Salmon dip. That never is true. It's a true. I don't think I've never heard that in my life. We've heard PEMDAS, we've heard, excuse my dear Aunt Sally, right? That's what it's supposed to be. I don't know what the heck that is. So that's clearly false.
Not true, it should be
Alright.
last.
Take a. Sure, pretty clear. Work on this practice. It doesn't completely sink in until you start trying it out. Okay. Need you to try.
Division as a fraction, so 24. Times 4, fraction of 6. Cancel the common factor of 24, 6. So it's gonna be 4 times 4, and then step 3 multiply 4 by 4, 16.
Right, so.
I have a 3 and 6. I'm just gonna.
24 divided by 4. That.
You're right. All right. 6. So 5A. What did you do first?
I divided 24 divided by 4, and then I got 6, and then I did 6 times 6, and that equals 36. So my final answer was 36.
So when you go left to right.
I thought you multiplied first.
Learning here. So left to right, multiplication and division has the same level of priority, right? Just whatever you see first. That's what you do. So the first thing you see is these two. 24 divided by 4. That's going to be 6. 6 is going to be. Left to right. 6.
Let's go.
So now this one. 24 times 4 is the first thing we see. What is that gonna be?
Huh?
96?
Yeah.
Trust you, cause I don't like numbers. How many times is 6 going to 96?
16.
Yeah, 16. Yeah, 16.
Yeah, that's right.
Are we on B now? Okay, could you do it as a fraction, like 24 times 4, and then under 6, or over 6, or, yeah, it's
I mean, like,
4 times 4,
But
Or
why,
six.
why do you need a fraction if you have your number?
and then I cancel the common factor of 24 and 6, so 4 times 4, and then 16.
So you're saying 24. 4 times 4 times 1/6.
And then like over 6, 6 on the bottom, 6 on the bottom.
6 goes into 24.
Yeah. Over 6.
Many times? Yeah, you could do it like that. Let me write it better though. Technically, there's no parentheses here. I mean, it's the same, it's just it's a rule thing. Oh, forgive me. Technically like this. And it turns out to be the same. Because this is over 1. So then you get 24 times 4 over 6. 24 divided by 6. 4. Is the same thing. Right? You can break this apart into 4 times 6.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Yeah.
That's what you did, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so to answer your question, yeah, you could do it that way if you want. You could do it this way if you like.
Probably made it harder
Right,
for yourself.
we would do that product and we'd reduce the fraction. So the rules still apply. However you want though.
I'm assuming the way I did it was harder or something.
It's just a personal preference.
Okay.
Like, I like this, but some people don't like it.
So you would prefer to do it like that I just did.
Yeah. Because I don't like
For you to make you feel better.
multiplying big numbers in my head.
Like, it'd be
4 times 4, I'm like, yeah, I don't wanna think about it. So this I can just reduce, 4 times 4 I can do in my head, no problem. I would do this route for that reason, not because it's any better, it's just a personal preference. That makes sense. Anyway. What's the first thing you did for number 6?
I didn't even get that part.
15 divided by -3.
Yeah.
Yeah. You order left or right? This is the first thing you see, right? This is subtraction, so that wouldn't be done till the end. What is 15 divided by -3?
5.
This is negative. Base. Now again, left to right, what's the next thing you would do? Yeah, what is that? Then left to right again, all we have is one operation. Make it more sense, a little. Quantities, the exponents, and none of those are there, then you just start at multiplication division. That's it. So far. Any issues? Confusion? No, that's why you're here, so tell me.
Can you explain how to do the power signs again?
This one? Or?
Any in general,
Would you raise,
just multiplying by itself?
would you raise the power, would you raise 3 to the power of 2?
Yeah, 3 to the power 2, just, so the power is telling you to multiply it that many times. Whatever's in here, you do it once.
No.
Times 3. So the 5, you do it 3 times 3 times 3, 5 times.
2 times 3?
All the exponent means.
If I were to write that out,
If
it would just be
right here, three,
parentheses 3 and then parentheses.
do this twice, so it's three.
Okay, I see.
So we do all the powers first.
Five. You have to do this.
It'd be
Five,
Nine.
five, times five, times five.
Okay, so,
-9. Or minus 4. Plus 5 times negative. You see a problem now?
Parentheses. Question one.
4 minus 4. Yeah, there's a 0 now in our work.
Huh?
This will be 0, right?
Yeah. No, yes.
It was 9 divided by -9.
0.
So this is right
Negative 1.
there. Would be -1. Right?
Times 0. Plus.
What's gonna happen to that 0?
It's gonna be 0.
Yeah, this, anything times 0 is. Zero, right? So. This guy. Bring in a space, so I'm gonna skip a step. But if we would have messed up the order of operations, we would have maybe put the 0 on the bottom, right? Because it's tempting to jump to the 0 and say, oh, this time that is 0. But now I have a 0 on the bottom. It's undefined. Right, if I would have done 9 times 0, I would have had 9 divided by 0, which is not true. You gotta go in order. Even though it's tempting to try to 0 everything out, just double check. But any issues with this problem? Is it okay?
You wanna take a picture? Up there.
hold on, I feel like the way I broke numbers down right now.
Makes sense?
Yeah, but I broke it down so much.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't have space, so
Oh, okay.
mind if you.
Because the way I did it, I was just breaking it down, breaking it down, breaking it down, breaking it down.
Oh, that's good.
We're running out of space. I did the exact same thing that you did. I just did it on my, yeah, so I just broke it down even more, but
Okay, then I think that's better.
yeah. I wrote down how many times? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
All right,
I
let's
broke it down like 5 times.
get a couple more steps.
Yeah, I added way more steps. But I don't know, it helped me out. I still got the same answer, so I don't know.
I think the more steps, the better. All right, let's move on. It's 14 times 3. The first thing that we see, right? Left to right. Plus 14. 40, 42. Yeah, that's right. Okay. Left to right, what's the first thing you see? Yeah, what if you divide by -2, what is that? Negative. 21. 4. And 4.
You okay, boss? You want some water?
Well, that's right, we saw this operation first. That's right, we saw this division. I went ahead and multiplied this guy too. Because it's gonna be the next one anyway. And I'm out of space.
So the answer is -45. Yeah, yeah. It is. Oh, it is.
The 9.
On your sheet.
Get ready for it. Gonna move on just because we're low on time.
Start on the homework.
Have any questions or concerns about 8.5?
No,
Can I get 8.2?
I just wanna start.
Yeah, I'll reopen, 18 and including. We have one more section though.
We have one more section.
I do 1.8.
1.8.
I don't know if it's in there. No, I'm gonna bring it up. But it's task for divisibility.
8.8, Goofy. Hey, what's that?
The handout page that says right here. What? Pull that page up. Bring it in. All right.
6. No, this will. We're gonna do it 2.
Is it this one?
This one, Goofy?
Yeah, Roman numeral 9.
So it had to be 3 times. Okay.
You gotta be one of these.
I would.
Just do the last
That's how it's all good. So it's anything. It's like briefly.
8.9.
1.8. Sure, I'll work on every single one of them. Oh my god. Three assignments set up.
No,
Now there's three.
exactly, we do two.
Wait, what, we only have one? We do, we only have one.
Well, no, we got these three. Or these three.
That's for, that's
One,
until like,
2, 3.
that's until like Wednesday. That's this one here is a whole week. Well, that's a whole week, yeah. Today we can. Oh, you come, you didn't open these.
Your page is different, just want to look for it. Now. Giving you a number. You gotta reference that page. Right, do the homework, make sure you have that page out. I don't expect you to memorize all that. Have it with you or use that as part of your test too.
What page?
Go to the page. Page 11, Roman numeral 11. Okay, right. Anywhere in the past.
Oh, yeah, it is.
It's gonna have, it could be a page that says rules, like visibility. Roman numeral 11.
You want his pen?
We're gonna need that. Do the instead of one problem. It's kind of like.
I missed that.
Let me know you guys find it. Right, so. Do these questions. It's not really, it's not. The following kind of thing is this. Determine yes or no. Or which of the following are. I need to divide by. So if it divides evenly, then it's considered to be divisible. For example, 4 is divisible by 2, but you get it 2. It goes in perfect. So that's what they're asking for the under 859. 859 is it divisible by 2? So you go to the rule that we have on that page. If the last number is not even, in other words, it's not 0, 2, 4, 6, or 8. You cannot divide by 2. Do we have any of those numbers at the end? No. Okay, for sure, not divisible by 2. Okay. Is it divisible by 3? No. So it says in order for it to be divisible by 3, if the sum of the digits is divisible by 3, then.
Oh, yes. Yes, it is.
8 plus 5 plus 9. Sum them up, the digits. So 8 plus 5. 13, right?
Mhm.
Plus 9. So is 22 divisible by 3? Right, it doesn't go in, right? So that means it does not go into 859. So just sum the digits. That's all you gotta do. Okay. Any questions on why we cannot divide by 3? Is that clear? We're just following the rules. That's it. Page. Divisibility test for 4. If the last 2 digits is divisible by 4, then the entire thing is divisible by 4. Is 59 divisible by 4?
Mm-mm.
So not 4 either. Divisible by 5. We need the last digit to be a 0 or a 5, otherwise you cannot divide by 5. The last digit is what?
9.
So no. So far, none of them. About 6. So in order for 6 to work, you gotta be able to divide by 2 and 3, and both 2 and 3 did not work, right? So
Mhm.
that means 6 should not work.
Wait. Oh,
So if A and B work, if 2 and 3 work, then that means 6 work. But if one doesn't, you can't do 6. 9. Okay, sum of the digits, it's divisible by 9. We said the sum was 22, right?
Mhm.
And the 9 doesn't go into 22.
Mm-mm.
So, no. G. Is the last digit a 0?
No, yeah.
no.
859 is not divisible by 10. So none of them. None. You just look at that list, that's what you look up. And go through every rule and circle the ones that apply. If none of them, I will pick it. That's it. Any questions on number 1?
Wait, so if there's like multiple, do we just circle multiple?
Okay.
Yeah, that's it. So always gonna do the same thing, you're gonna choose multiple. Okay.
Let's just read that.
I didn't know.
Try the next 3, then we'll switch to homework. I'm gonna adjust the times too.
How do you know what she does? I'll give you like that corner, right? So you don't need the chicken as most of it.
The only homework we should be worrying about is
I mean, you circle all the one that does.
85, 1.8.
How about, and also do.
Wait, 3 goes into this?
One Australian collab,
He said 8-4.
Yeah, so the only new stuff, anything else, okay, the last time, 1.9 popped up,
6 does too.
that we haven't talked about it. So if we haven't talked about it, don't worry about it, unless it's a chapter 0 stuff, that's something you're supposed to work on your own. Anything else, we gotta talk about it first before
Those 4 going?
should be due. If you have something to do before we talk about it, then there's a.
Did you check?
you can adjust. They put some auto dates in there and they missed a couple. I need to check it, double check. Anyway.
I think that's the only one that.
You're gonna open it up, you said, right?
Yeah.
And I do 8.2 and.
Yeah, let me open one.
I think I can probably do them into the. Into the.
Yeah, it's technically saying it's like reverse though. So.
So. You have to see what we're going forward.
So already you can say that A, no. Already, no, no, yes, yes. No. Yes, yeah.
It's because they got zeros in it.
There's still loading.
I said. Hold on. I said, no,
You just gotta check. now.
preview able. I said,
Which one? 8.2?
yeah, 8.2 and 8.3, it says the same thing.
Yeah. Already said it.
Yeah, I guess, yeah, you have it on, you have it up right now? You see?
Which one's?
8:45.
Three, four.
Do we? 8:45, 1.8. That's what we just talked about. So this is done by Monday. Next week. That was last week. This is due today.
What is due today?
Did last week. So it's still going through this week.
I didn't.
Wait a minute, what?
Whenever you can on your own. That one is not so way later. 1.9 is not till 3-4 weeks. So that needs to change. Yeah, just go by the syllabus. That's what you're supposed to do.
That's not even opened up there, right?
Did that happen at the lab too?
Let's do today.
I don't know what you. Right. You go through the module?
I used to do that too. Yeah.
And bugs, how do you have to work? Yeah, I went to the next one. I think they. On module and it's for. Yeah, there's also.
So what?
The stuff from last week is due today,
Oh, okay.
but what we just talked about is due Monday.
Okay.
Whenever we talk about it. This is on
Six goes.
we start the week, right? So this is where we are right now.
Okay.
This week.
All right.
So this would be due
Let's go.
the following week on Monday.
Okay. So it's gonna be 5 to.
Time, we're actually ahead of schedule.
Okay.
Maybe next week, do some more. Next class, we can work together. Oh,
Can you change the date for the 1.9?
yeah, I need to fix it. And it's gonna be till. 1.9, not be until.
Yeah, there's 24.
He's gonna go in there.
So I'm gonna try 6.
So when will that other stuff open? Like after tonight?
The future
Is
stuff.
that,
94.
right? The,
8.2,
8.4 and 8.5?
Those are, no, from now, for the record, we should work on those.
It's, mine says no preview.
you gotta go to the first the top. It says Mine did the same thing. You gotta press the top.
Yeah, you click modules and then click the assignments.
Nice.
Oh, yeah, just to make sure.
Go straight through assignment, there's some.
I went through grades. I went through grades.
Oh, yeah, yeah. that's a
No,
good idea,
It's just
too.
two.
That's why mine wasn't working.
9? You check 9?
So 10, there should only be 3, so hold on.
Let me check.
Okay, so for 8,
4, 6, 8.
it's 10, so you're gonna have this one.
No, I didn't do that.
You wanna do? Like homework, but I feel like it's gonna be easy though.
Say this one says homework.
Yeah.
Oh. It just says, oh yeah, it is a take home. Yeah. You want to?
I'm gonna do it. No, I'm gonna try 6. So 22.
Oh, 10's gonna go in there.
What's only doing? 10.
Yes. See, if it doesn't